Got it. Good. So let's check it out over here. It's already showing me 3 seconds, but we're probably getting that delay. If you have YouTube open, make sure to turn off the sound. So, hello, everyone. There you go. Wealth Builder is with us already. Salto Palto with us already. Where is everyone? Current viewers 0? Now we have 2. Okay, so let's just get started right away. We have Alberto with us, we have Luis with us, and we're looking forward to a great AMA session once more this week. Can't believe it's already Friday again. Crazy. Time flies by just like that, right? So I think the most pressing question many people in the webinars have still been asking about, and Alberto will show us today how to understand, the APR that you're earning from the miners. We've talked about this before, APR, APY, not to confuse these terms in regards to Gym Network, the vault, the farm, what you're earning there, and to help you understand how that's being calculated. Now the same question comes up again about the miner rewards, the VBTC that you're earning from the miner rewards, the APR that's shown in the system, how is that being calculated? Because this time it's not to be confused with the ROI. Is that right, Alberto? Correct me if I'm wrong, please.
You mean that sometimes it could be confused with an ROI calculation?
Yes, so people believe that, hey, I spent, $50 on a miner. I bought 4 of them. I bought a piece of land. So in total, that was, let's say they take the miner and land bundle. It's 285, and now I get that much APR, but that doesn't match. It doesn't match because the APR that we see in the dashboard is not linked to your purchases of land and miners, right?
Well, I mean, I think the best way to look at this is to understand it. I think is to make it or to compare it to the vault. Everybody understands how the vault works, right? The vault in GMNet. So in the vault, you deposit a BNB, and that's or BUSD now, and that's a deposit. And then with this deposit, you start earning a return, right? And this return is coming in the form of tokens. And depending on how many tokens and the price of these tokens, then your interest rate would be, your APR would be one or a different one. So having said that, well, I think it's important to understand at this point the difference between APR and APY, because I mean, we initially started talking about APYs, and then we made a change in the system, and then they became APRs. But I don't want people to be very confused about this, because at the end of the day, really the difference between APR and APY is rather small when we're talking about the numbers that we're talking. And I don't think people should get very, worried about this, because, when you are paying or when you are earning, let's say 3%, if you are earning 3% and then you have an APY of 3%, that's different than an APR of 3%, right? And this is because the difference could be like, I don't know, 0.5%. So it's not the same to have 3 than to have 2.5. But when you're talking about 300% APRs, the difference between APRs and APYs, then it becomes like maybe 5-6%. So it's okay. It's not the same 275 than 280, but really it's not that big of a difference. So I think yes, to be like precise, APRs is what is used at the moment. And the reason why, I think I can explain this now, the reason why we went from APYs to APRs is because, if you remember, when you were depositing your BNB or your BUSD in the GMNet vault, you were receiving an interest rate from Alpaca in the form of BNB or BUSD token, and this interest was part of your reward, right? This interest was being compounded automatically by Alpaca, which was claiming and adding, and this is the process of compounding that was increasing the amount of money deposited. and this is what made their interest rate an APY. And when we changed that to make this interest rate part of the buy and burn, then we stopped doing APYs and we went to do APRs. But if you see the reason why we did this, it was because this interest was so small that really it wasn't making a difference, for the users, and they preferred to be used. They preferred it to be used in buy and burn. So this small part that people really didn't care so much about was the one that was compounding, your interest rate. So again, it wasn't a big thing. So APRs or APYs really shouldn't concern people too much. But yeah, I think I went like 5 minutes about explaining the difference between APRs and APYs. But yeah, I think it's important because I do get that question a lot, and there seems to be a lot of confusion over something that really isn't that important. So there is that, and then yes, the difference between interest rate and return on interest. So in the reason why we're doing APRs in Jim Street and not return on investments, ROIs, is because we wanted to continue the same metrics that we were using for Jim. People that use the Jim Street model, that use the farming and the mining and all of that, they for the most part come from the GymNet version of the system. So we wanted to be, let's say, we wanted to use common practices, that also applied to the GymNet version, and that's why we went for APR. Now, you may be of the opinion that using APR in Gym Street may not be as relevant as in GymNet, and maybe we should be using return on investment. If that's your opinion, then well, I mean, it's your opinion, and it is good. But bear in mind that some other people think differently, and most people really don't understand the difference between one and the other. So it will be hard for us to explain. Okay, this is return on investment, and this is APR. So the difference between these two is that, as I said, in the vault, you deposit money and then you take your money back, and that's it. So you don't have an investment, let's say, because you have a deposit. But in Gym Street, you have an investment because you invested in the assets that allow you to mine and to participate in the metaverse. And because of this, you have an investment, therefore you can calculate what is the return on that investment, right? So if you paid, let's say, $100, you want to know, okay, what is this $100 renting me? So you need to understand how much money you're gonna get, and then subtract that and then subtract the $100 that you spent in participating in this investment, right? And this is, I think, a measure that makes sense. For instance, when you are buying, houses or whatever, and you want to see, okay, what is going to be the return on investment on my investment. So yes, it made sense, but we wanted to continue to use APR because, as I said, most of the people come from GymNet and they used to the APR. But to be frank, the difference is not very big. You know the amount of money that you spent on your investment, so you know where you stand, right? So let's say that you are starting, spending I don't know, $100. That means that you start minus 100, and then you need to understand, okay, how much money you're gonna get. And if you see in our dashboard, you have all the data regarding APRs and also the amount of dollars that you are earning, per week, I think it is, right? With that number, you can see, okay, I need to recuperate my initial investment of $100, and then I will be, let's say, in the black. I will be making a profit. So with an APR of right now 276 or 270 something percent, what we are only saying is, okay, this is the amount of money that you are making based on what is the price of the token, virtual BTC in this case, and how many tokens you are going to be receiving based on how many other miners there are. And this is going to be an interest rate based on the basic investment of $100. So assuming that you invested $100, this is your APR. But of course, not everybody invested $100 because some other people invested something different, something else. But yeah, that's pretty much the interest rate that you get from using the system. And yeah, it is different from a return on investment because it doesn't take into account the investments of everybody, but the particular investment of a person. But it does take into account the amount of tokens that you will be earning based on the amount that you spent. Also, bear in mind that it's not the same when you have 4 miners than when you have 12 miners, right? Because if you have, let's say, imagine there are 40 miners and you have 4, then you have 10% of the miners. But if you have 20, then you have 50% of the miners, right? So you are receiving 50% of the rewards. And these 50% of the rewards multiplied by the current price of virtual BTC and the amount of virtual BTC that you will be earning over the next 12 months gives you the APR. So the calculation is the same that is done in Gymnet, but the difference, of course, is that in Gymnet you can receive your deposit back, and in GymStreet not, because it's an investment. So you receive your investment back in the form of revenue. I don't know if it was more clarified this way.
Okay, well, let's ask those who are here with us, guys. Please comment in the chat. Did this satisfy you? What we just heard from Alberto. I think there was a quite thorough explanation. So thank you from our side internally. I only see people saying, hey, hello, welcome everyone. So everyone clear now about APR in GymStreet, right?
GymStreet, yeah.
Please let us know. Okay, good. So that's the one thing. Sato's saying thanks. Yes, all right. The other that I want to talk about, because I asked the mods before the AMA, hey, what are some questions that you've been getting, in the official Telegram group? What are people asking for? And actually, most, if not everything that they told me were support requests. So we cannot really tell you why, in your case, for example, you're not seeing the claim button. There was one question. Someone wanted to claim their BUSD rewards, from their team sales in GymStreet, and they, for some reason, didn't find the claim button there. So in my example account that I'm using here to share with you, I don't have a team structure, so we can unfortunately not go into that. However, what we can do, and we've shown this to you before, we've shared that information in our groups before, but let's just remind you one more time that there is a way for you to contact the support team and to address those issues that you might be facing. And it's very important that you take advantage of this, let's call it a feature, that you take advantage of this opportunity that you can contact support, because most of the requests are actually individual cases, and only rarely is it pointing at a general issue. It really highly depends on which wallet you're using, on which device you're using it. If you are connecting via a browser on a desktop, or if you're using Wallet Connect, for example. So just to remind you, it's support@gymnetwork.io. That's where you can send your support requests to via email. And please make sure that you always include these 7 points right here and provide that information that they're asking for. So number one, your wallet address, most important, of course, otherwise they cannot look into your particular issue. Next, you need to provide a clear description, and please use English language. If that's not your main language, use a translation tool like DeepL or Google Translate to translate into English from your mother language. And also to help them understand, what's happening from your perspective, provide some screenshots or maybe even a short video, showing the issue that you're facing. And then which wallet you're using. Most people will probably be either MetaMask or Trust Wallet, and which device you're using it on. Are you on mobile, iPhone or Android, Windows PC or Mac? And then if you are using a browser, for example, you have MetaMask installed as an extension to your Chrome browser. If you are on a PC or Mac, for example, right? Let them know if it's Chrome or if it's Firefox or maybe Brave browser. That's also important. And your location. Sometimes it even happens that some issues are coming up due to based or regarding on from which location you're connecting to the website. Some people might be using VPN, for example, and then if it's connecting, to a US IP address, and then, from there you're going to Gym Network, it may show you an error or it will not let you connect to the website. So the location is also relevant. So make sure that you always include these 7 points right here. You will find that if you go to docs.gymnetwork.io, and then you simply click down here on the customer support. But we also regularly share that information in our channel and the groups. All right, guys. So always come back to this. If you're facing an issue, it will be much easier and faster to go that way than to drop a message in the official Telegram group, because our mods actually, they cannot do much beyond this themselves, but to forward your request. And it's much easier for everyone if you just do that directly yourself. All right. So yeah, other than that, what's new? Let me go ahead over here to the Gym Network dashboard. If you haven't seen it yet, you can now view it in different languages. So we have Japanese, Korean, Thai, and Chinese added so far to the Gym Network dashboard. You may recognize that it's not yet translated completely. That's due to the fact that the translations have been ordered before these recent updates have been made to the dashboard, but they're right now also in the making. So probably next week, the entire dashboard, also these missing parts, is going to be translated. Same for Gym Street. We've already received the first translations, but they just haven't been implemented yet. So yeah, I think basically that's pretty much it. Luis, anything from your end that you would love to add here and share with the community to let them know what's happening in and around Gym Network and Gym Street?
Basically, thank you, Timo. Thank you, Alberto. Good afternoon, Gym Network family. I think we are cruising actually. We have a lot of developments within Gym Network, as Timo has already mentioned, that if you have a challenge in your wallet, if you have a challenge with your transferring of your Gym version 1.5 to version 2.0, you can kindly email to support and you will get assistance there. Please make sure that you add all the details as highlighted on the screen right now. So we are looking at your wallet address, make sure it's there. The clear description of your challenge or issue, it should be stated. And not only that, your screenshot, take a screenshot, attach it, or your video of the challenge and attach it to your email. And mainly, again, mention the device that you're using, as Timo has already said. So these are very important. And in order for the support to know exactly how they can assess, to investigate and identify the solution to your problem. So with that being said, we'd like to say thank you, Gym Network team. As you have seen, that we are progressing and we are developing, moving forward with all these developments that we are having right now. And we see a lot of people are buying the virtual land on a day-to-day basis. And we thank you for taking that ownership to say, I am taking ownership to be a pioneer in this industry, which is the metaverse, in this blockchain technology. So with that being said, we'd like to say thank you, and let's keep up the heads going and moving forward. And together we can make this bigger, and together we can build the best metaverse in the finance industry, where you will find all banking services that you are looking for, be it the DeFi space, be it in a centralized space. So this is where we are heading to. Imagine one day you will be in the metaverse and you are looking for a specific service, be it on the vaults, or be it on the farming, be it on trading, be it on a specific service that you're looking for. You meet a qualified avatar in the metaverse, and they will be able to point you to a service provider that will enable you to maximize that particular service. So with that being said, we'd like to say there is much more that is coming. And as you know, that we are building this baby, we are building this machine, and it is designed to enable a newbie, a intermediate, and a professional or a pro in the DeFi space or in the blockchain space. So thank you so much, and let's keep rolling. Let's keep doing it. If you are an affiliate, let's go out there and shout. Let's shout to as many people as we can. Let's invite them to participate in this wonderful community, and we grow together in having one of the best metaverse in the world. So thank you so much, Gym Network family, and we are looking forward to even celebrating more of what is coming within Gym Network, especially without forgetting our NFT debit card that is coming soon. So please stay tuned and stay in touch in order for you to know more of what is coming, right? So we have really services and products, and we are looking forward to building much more bigger and greater. Thank you so much. Timo.
All right. Thanks for adding those informations as well, sharing it with our community. Just as you were speaking, I see that Berg asked some questions here in our chat regarding to the new contract. Is it also audited by CertiK? Well, CertiK and PeckShield. So all the smart contracts are being audited, right, Alberto? And he's also asking if the VBTC contract will too be audited. Well, as to my understanding, everything will be audited. And that's also what we measure ourselves on, to ensure that the platform is always fully audited. And before a smart contract gets released and is going live, before we let you interact with it, so to speak, we make sure that it's being audited first. Maybe Alberto, you want to also share a little bit, a few sentences about the auditing process.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say that, yes, of course, everything, well, it's not that, well, okay, a few things, so I should start from the beginning. So yeah, first, everything is audited by these two companies, right? Then, if there's every time there's a new thing going on into the system or into the project, it's audited, because we've learned, from experience that it's better if all of this is audited, not only because, well, making audits is important, and it makes us I think be more safe and also have a more solid product, but also because once something is audited, it also becomes a thing that's watched by the auditors. So if if the auditors have 90% of the smart contracts, they will be watching this 90%. But then there may be this 10% that they're not watching, and there could be something wrong with that 10%. So everything is sent so that everything is under the radar of the auditors. And then just regarding the question about the VBTC token contract, well, this token contract is like any other token contract. So it is of course auditors as well, but it's just a copy from so many other token contracts that exist. So this one is nothing new, but of course it's not like the others. All the others in the platform are brand new from our developers. So yeah, those require more testing.
All right. So maybe what we can do just before we let everyone go. Is it Crypto Expo Dubai? Let's advertise that a little bit, because this is where we're going to be 5 through 6 October. So less than 1 month from now. You can visit us there, get in touch with us, learn more about Gym Network. And we're also going to share our vision and everything that we're planning here to come up with in the future. And of course, the platform that's already there today that you can already use today. Earn rewards from the vault, earn rewards from the farm, earn rewards from the Singapore, become a landowner in the metaverse, place those virtual miners on your piece of land, earn rewards via the virtual mining. So as I just, start counting through these things, there are already at least 5 ways for you to earn rewards. Plus, you can become the virtual landowner, knowing that we have an automated price index that is going to take the value of every single land parcel from the initial $100 to at least $300 by the time the 210,000 available parcels have been sold. And if you just scroll down here a little bit, let me see if I can quickly find it. We should be showing up here. There's the speakers, the confirmed sponsors, right there. You see the diamond sponsors, and here we are, Gym Network, as a participant at the Crypto Expo Dubai. So if you happen to be around, or if you would like to take a trip to Dubai, to visit us there and get in touch with us, Crypto Expo Dubai, we will be there. And shortly after, we're also planning to host another somewhat more intimate live session than the big event that we had in August. And we're also already planning the next live events around the world as well. So just to let you know what's happening there also behind the scenes, right? So we're getting bigger and bigger, and it's really time that we spread the word about the Gym Network and make sure that everyone in the crypto space knows about this project. All right, guys. So I would say let's keep it with that for today. Wish everyone a great weekend ahead. And thank you very much for attending the AMA session. Thank you, Luis. Thank you, Alberto, especially for explaining to our audience again the APY, APR, and how they can understand it's now being calculated in regards to Gym Street and the land and miners, that it's slightly different, and they should not confuse it with an ROI, right? So what they see there in the dashboard, this is just what you are basically earning as a multiplication of your number of tokens with the token price. Okay, so let's stop sharing here. And I would say that then we're out. Anything from your end?
No, just thanking everybody who's here and whoever is watching this offline. Hello, and thank you.
Okay, well then, thanks, goodbye, have a great weekend, and